No. Now we're live. All right. What's up, buddy fighters? This is Justin G, your ex-head admin, bringing to you today the news. First off, we're going to introduce all of the new admin. But first, Jonathan Minhan is going to explain why the changes occurred. John, take it away, baby.
All right, so ultimately what I did, guys, because for the longest time I always felt there was too many chiefs and not enough Indians. So the mentality I went with this time around was that I wanted to make moderators, which are a new position relatively on Facebook, more important than they have been. So everyone here, as you see, still has the same power as an admin, same position. They can trade or get their trades first. They have vote rights in the group. I haven't let them do that yet, but we're getting there. But ultimately, I wanted to break it down so the moderators also had the specific kind of feel to their position. So I've asked a couple of them to handle trade disputes. I've asked a couple of them to handle with events and help with the trade doc, keep it maintained, which is we'll be working on that as well soon. So everyone here that you're seeing in this little boxes, I guess I'll go through and kind of, or do you want to introduce everyone, or what do you want to do, Justin?
Yeah, you can introduce everybody, but I just want to hit one little tidbit first. If you have blocked any of the moderators or like guys that introduce themselves, please unblock them, because now that is a new group rule that you can also be banned if you block a moderator as well as an admin.
Yeah.
All right. Anything.
Why don't you go into why we do that though? Because
no, I mean, I just wanted to do that.
People don't understand that.
Read the rules. They never read the rules.
All right.
Explain why we ask people not to block.
Oh,
the admins in
the because then we have when we have trade disputes or like problem scammers in the group, we cannot comment on their posts if we're blocked. That's the only reason why we say don't block them, because we had one situation last year where this guy copied a whole bunch of people's posts, posted them as his own, and tried to sell a whole bunch of stuff. That's why we started the whole timestamp thing. Otherwise, it's like I really don't care. But it's like if people were going to scam that hard, we had to do something.
Yeah, and that was an issue when we first started the group in general, where people would say they had cards and would do a ton of trades with people because there was no way of proving they didn't have it. They would make a lot of quick trades or money, and then they would just leave the group or block, and we had no way of getting a hold of them. So now timestamps, and that is why we do it the way we do it. It's all for your benefit, not for ours. So, anywho, I'm going to just introduce as I see you on my screen. So all the way to the left, I have Jason Tchaikovsky. He is our second in command admin and will be helping maintain the daily group. And when I'm not around, or maybe dying or stalked and removed, and he'll be in charge. Justin Gee, who is our second in control admin, he will be in charge of all our events, which you're seeing now. Kevin Al, who is our recent moderator, he is going to be helping with trade disputes with Blake Broussard. Then there's Jake Schollenberger. Did I say that right?
Schollenberger.
Yeah, okay, I was close. All right. He'll be handling trade helping me with that and making sure that that goes off efficiently, because one of the things my pride and joy has always been that the trade doc has been well maintained and taken care of, so you guys, again, know who you can trust. I'm going to get my cheat sheet out here. Matthew Salviero.
Close enough.
Salviero. He is a second, one of the more recent moderators we've added. He'll be helping Justin Gee with trade disputes, not trade disputes, events and things like that. So we got the new tournament up and running and things like this. We want to start plugging and doing more and getting our community members involved. So he's going to be in that area. And last but not least, Blake Broussard, your friendly neighborhood trade dispute admin. He, of course, has been helping us with that, so he will continue on in that role. And I think he does a great job, because when I don't want to deal with people, I send them to you, Blake.
Poor bastards.
That's what I got on the admin and moderators. Again, we are leadership. We're not one or better than the other. We are meant to all be united in a united front, and I've given these guys the speech 1,000 times, but we're here to help you guys. So.
All right. Could you name your the admin of the DragoBorne group?
Yeah. Unfortunately, again, they were very busy tonight. So we have Matt. Oh God, now I have to look up names. Cosmore, thank you. We have Jesse. Oh, I'm really bad at this.
Swinton.
Oh, see, you know him before I do. Swinton, yep. Harrison Cerulean, or that's his stage name. There's Andreas Marquez, and then myself. So, and then I'm a nobody. So, but that is our admin team from there, and we'll get Andreas maybe on a little bit later when we discuss DragoBorne. So.
Okay. Next on our agenda is the Buddy Fight Gym Leader program. The Gym Leader program is what I'm responsible for. I haven't had time to add new gym leaders, but I'm gutting the entire program, and I've removed all of the gym leaders that haven't even made badges yet, or like messaged me about getting their badges made. So I will be looking for new gym leaders. I'm going to be moving by our region. So I need a lot of you guys, if you want to be a gym leader for any world, I need you to message me on Facebook. Just say, I want to be a gym leader, so I know what it's about, because I get a ton of like messages for like a lot of stuff every day. So if you're just straight to the point, it will save me a lot of time. All that you will be required to do now is get badges made for your gym. Then you have to post pictures of them after you actually get them completed, and then you have to go to at least one major event sponsored by Bushiroad a year. That's about it.
Yeah, and guys, with the gym leader program, if you don't know, I think the biggest thing, we started this last summer.
Yeah, I think I think it was a thing with, like, we talked in the chat with like Zachary Grant, and then we started it up. It was pretty popular when we went to Sakura Fest a few weeks ago. It's like a lot of people challenged us. I think I did about like 10 or so gym matches. I think 3 people got badges, and then I saw like Rachel Hernandez did like a lot of gym matches. I know John, you were there and you did some. Blake was there and didn't even know he was a damn gym leader.
He's not.
I didn't even know I was in the damn group.
I don't know if he.
I know.
Well,
Seems about right.
So real quick, huge shout out to Rachel, because she did organize that. Rachel, if you're watching, thank you very much for actually like making us be there and do that, because it was not something I was expecting. But I think the whole program is a way to get people involved. If you are a gym leader and you get to play and introduce and meet people, which is great, but at the same time, it's also a great way for players to get to experience the different worlds. You're not just playing all meta decks. So, you know, that, and Andreas was there as the 100 Demons. So it's a really fun way to interact and get to experience everything. And some gym leaders have different rules and requirements, and some are just straight on matches. So it's definitely a unique way to play the game now, rather than just having to do 2 out of 3. Yeah.
And I'm going to be doing another gym challenge this Saturday because I'm doing the tournament then. But the gym challenge is going to be, you have to beat 2 of my trainers. Once you beat 2 of the trainers, then you can challenge me. You can challenge them as many times as you like. It's going to be best of 1. Then you'll play me best 2 out of 3 with siding. You can side, and I will not side. I'm going to tell you what I'm playing now. My Shadow Dive deck that I made, I just did a deck profile on. So if you want to know how, like, hard counter the deck or whatever, you can check it out on my YouTube channel, which is this channel. Oh, that's pretty cool. And then I'll give you a badge if you win. But please, I'm looking for gym leaders that are enthusiastic and will also follow through. I've only kept the gym leaders that actually had badges or contacted me so far. So I'm really in need of like decent people. So hit me up about that. Justin G on Facebook. Moving along.
Who makes badges?
Sakura Fest.
Well, hold on. He asked who makes badges. Harry Manson, like Elastic Designs, has made my badge, and I know they made I think a few for Andreas. Then there's also I forget her name.
Haley.
Haley makes badges. There are members in our own community that can help you. So
like, I think her plugs are like Team Magane Brigade and team. I think it's like Glasses Brigade.
Yeah, it's Glasses Brigade.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah.
check Last Second Designs and Glass Bridge. Check them out because they can help you do that. And both of them seem to be very affordable to help make those.
Yeah, because the place I got my badges done by cost me about like $30. Like, it was ridiculous. So I would definitely hit up people in the group about getting it done.
Yeah.
Instead,
I can do image editing,
otherwise,
design work also, but I can't actually make the things physically.
Well, I think they both use a third-party system to make them. I know Harry did for mine, but definitely would be worth still going to them to see what they would do. So
yeah,
like artistic wise.
Yeah, and even same thing if you want to contact Jake. I know there's a website we've used to help make them, so you can have someone design it, and you can go to a third-party system.
Yeah, I kind of design myself, but can we Sacrifice?
Yeah.
All right. Sacrifice. I was glad I actually got to talk to John while I was out there. Great guy, great store. Probably my favorite store I visited this year so far. But it was a great atmosphere. The store closed late, and there was a lot of space. I think our turnout for the tournament were just 20 players. We did a Swiss tournament and cut the top 8. And I think our top 8 decks were 2 Executioners, 2 Prisms, 1 Heroines, that would be you, John, Onis, which was, I think, CJ from Team Plays for Days, and then Ninjas, which was Harrison. And I tried to get the deck list for the Ninja deck, and Harrison said no. So sorry to everybody that asked me. But yeah, it wasn't my fault. He said he might play it this year at regional, so
hope he tops.
No. Yeah.
Hope he tops.
If you ever go to Harrison's house, just search for the Barbasol can.
If you ever see Harrison, just call him Newman.
It's obviously where the deck list is.
I love that.
The Barbasol. Okay.
All right.
As far as that event when John did, the whole thing went very well. They're very professional. Again, shout out to Rachel Hernandez for maintaining the event and judging it. The prize support was awesome. Events like this are very much needed for our community, and I think I've said that in the past where, you know, he's doing this to grow it as much as he's doing to promote a store. But, you know, it was in Ohio. It was for us. How long was the drive? 6 hours, 7 hours, somewhere in there. So,
yeah,
you know, it is worth it in the long run because we got to meet many people. And it was like, I hate saying this, like as Justin will jokingly always say, I make super regionals, but there's a lot of big name players from the Midwest and East Coast there. So it wasn't just like a locals. I mean, we had a lot of people who've topped events, Marquise, who we'll talk about in a little bit. Anthony, Mark Davis, you know, so they're big names there. People who've top dated a lot of big Bushi events and stuff like that.
The only names I remember are CJ and Marquise, because Marquise added me as a friend. I remember everybody else, but I don't remember their name.
The gentleman who played Stars at the event, he went on to Toronto.
Oh, I remember Justin too, because his
he ended up topping in Toronto. I can't remember what his name was off the tip of my head. Yeah, I'll have to look at the list. So he did really well.
Yeah, and then the winner of the tournament was one of my local players, Dave White, who was playing Prisms, that fraudulent deck. That's really good. And I'm so mad I didn't top. And it's my fault too, because I totally, and Harrison told me not to do it. I totally changed my entire deck just to counter the meta, just to beat Thunder Empire and Prisms, and then I didn't play a single Thunder Empire deck because nobody played it, and then I didn't play any Prisms. I was like, it's like 4 or 5 Prism decks in the tournament, and I don't play any of them.
Yeah,
My deck just crushed Prisms.
So what? Our other admins here who obviously didn't go and moderators, what do you guys think of that top 8? Was that a good reflection of the current meta, or was that just again because it's a smallish event? Or like, I mean, we got Onis and Executioners and Prisms, Ninjas and Heroines. I think are the oddballs in there. But what are your guys' thoughts on that top 8? Is that pretty good for what is being played right now?
I feel like with NA, the meta's pretty wide. Like there's not really like people will just play stuff regardless, right? And I feel like maybe Dragon World was a little underrepresented in that top 8. I feel like people are going to play it even if it's not good or optimal. But yeah, it seems like that's pretty close to the current meta for English right now.
Yeah,
I think it's really hard to say that without knowing, like, how many people there were playing Dragon World. You know what I mean? Without the percentages.
Oh, Draco Knights was in there. You missed that.
You know,
Dragon Knights were in the
because
top.
Dragon World did make the top with Nick Hawk.
Yeah,
that was
Dragon. Yeah.
I even said that too, and then I forgot. Yeah, I forgot Nick Hoff was playing Dragon Knights. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah.
For shame.
But even that's a rogue deck to the degree that I think Nick's a great player and makes the deck work. Like, I think if Dragon World itself right now you would see Suns, Fifth Omni, or even Thunder Empire somewhere in there, but they weren't. It was, again, I think you saw a lot of I saw a lot of Prisms. Jaeger was here and there. Executioners for sure. So
what I can say about the current meta over on my end of Long Island is that I've tried actually playing my old Dragon Knights against the current meta to see if it could spark up anything, and I couldn't make it work. That reflection of the top 8 with all the Prism and Onis and Thunder Empire is what's closest to what I think is going to be coming up in the next current regionals.
yeah, and the fact that Dragon Knights just are getting support soon, it might make it more optimal now. Like,
no, I'll make the deck work. I promise.
I've always had this.
I'm holding you to that. I want to see your name, which I can't pronounce. Dragon Knights.
Oh, that's the goal. That's the dream.
There you go.
I've always had this like kind of little awkward mentality though, where there's like all the worlds have like a top build.
Yeah.
Like a lower, like they have like lower tier ones, and even if they get support, the lower tier ones don't actually make as much of an impact. Like maybe somebody gets lucky, maybe there's a majority rule for the event.
Yeah,
I think that yeah.
Yeah, I think every world has a competitive build for sure. I think when you look at the overall meta right now, though, you'll have your top 5 decks, and was that represented at that festival is basically what it comes down to. And I think everything but Dragon World was pretty there.
Yeah.
Maybe not Ancient World.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was gonna actually ask you if I can borrow your bots deck because I wasn't feeling 100 demons that day.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the mentality that I had, or what I saw with bats, and why people are like, "Oh, I'm not gonna play it." If you don't get that 5 damage in, it's a hard. If you're going against center heavy decks, but it is very easy to do. But again, I think people's mentality is you're playing a lot of center heavy decks. Prisms, Jaeger, or things like that were there. So maybe people didn't want to try to do it. I don't know.
Like I think the way that bats so easy to get the damage in, because if your opponent was playing close sector, you could easily just.
Oh no, Kevin, you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. You're like trailing off.
If you go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Better now. You go. Hit for triple attack, all open, and the next thing you just follow up with that.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if it's people's mental. We're like, hey, I'm not ready. Remember, that was a week after it came out. Obviously, Prisms have a built-in security against the impact, where you're like center, keep it, that kind of thing. So I don't know.
It could also be that people were afraid they might get out-resourced by Prism and Onis with their heavy destruction on, the opponent's turn. On opponent's turn, bats can't be destroyed, but it doesn't stop the Onis from going on their turn to blow it up.
Yeah, that's very true too. Oni is very wicked.
Oni had answers with Snake Gaze. Like from what I've seen, a lot of them just Snake Gaze the bats and they go, okay, next turn please.
Yeah.
Especially with Athora too, those Snake Gaze Athora.
Yeah.
At this point, looking at like all the stuff that's topped, I think Onis has topped more than Prisms, and definitely more than the new, Thunder Empire stuff. Like I don't even know if like Thunder Empire's even made top 8 anywhere yet.
Yeah. Thunder.
It has. Just
wait till New York happens.
Well, it has, but
It was in Toronto. It was
it
in
was
Toronto.
Toronto. Yep.
New York has some of the best Dragon World players, in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's gonna happen anywhere,
When does
I
Crossing
could see-
Generation drops?
Dragon World is definitely most popular in New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, it's always a ton of Dragon World, Star Dragon World, and then like Hero World.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next regional the first regional we were going to cover is Puerto Rico. Well, Puerto Rico, we saw 2 Executioners, 2 Legend World, Star Dragon World, Shades, 5th Omni, and then
there's
Ancient.
Ancient World.
Was
Yeah.
the Legend World Zodiac? Or
Yes.
was it okay? Both of them?
I can only speak for one. I know the second place was Zodiac.
Okay.
I think the other Legend World deck was Legend Stars. I don't know.
Okay.
Not in the group as much as I used to be. But from this list, I think this is what pre Prisms. So I don't see any.
No, because the Ancient World deck that won was Dynamite.
Oh,
Or,
okay.
I mean, it didn't win, but it
Or
got
top.
it got top 8. Was a Dynamite deck. So the new stuff was out. Now, from what I've heard, new stuff in Puerto Rico is hard to come by, but
I mean,
Okay, so-
Dynamite was there, so
Okay. So
Dynamite
Puerto
was
Rico
there.
like 2 or 3 weeks ago because last week was Toronto, correct?
Toronto, yeah.
Yeah, last week
It
was
was
Toronto.
Jacksonville, and then Puerto Rico, then Toronto,
Yeah. Then
and
Joshua
then whatever was this past weekend.
ultimately took it for that one. Then the Indianapolis regionals, we had 1 Executioners, 2 Neil's Way, Dual Jaeger, Legend Stars, 5th Omni, Zeta, and then Dungeon Knights. It's like so far what I'm seeing with a lot of these lists is I like the diversity in all of the toppings.
yeah.
It's like everything is like all over the place.
And what did Marquise win with? Was it Neos or
Executioners.
Yeah,
Executioners.
Yeah.
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 I'm actually glad to hear that Zeta got in there.
But Zeta,
Yeah.
Zeta's good. It's just that now that Zeta's not broken, people don't want to take the time to learn the deck not well enough to beat every other deck with it. And building it is more difficult. But I saw somebody saying it in the group the other day, like a really good Zeta player can probably take down a Prism deck.
Yeah.
Agreed.
They have on call soul removal. It's really
But
good.
it also kind of depends on if they see the cards, because like Zeta has only so many answers to a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah. It needs to draw like half the deck just
You
to
have-
see
you have-
some
You have
answers.
to make
Yeah, well, I
I
mean,
can
that's
tell you the deck bricks pretty easily.
Like,
it does
every
for sure.
rush
It
deck
looks
is
like
the
nobody's
same.
business.
Yeah, but with a rush deck, if you don't see your answers in the first 2 to 3 turns, you're probably gonna lose. And then Hero World in this entirety, Hero World is like the worst world to brick with. It's like if you brick with Hero World, you just die.
Amen. I know that one.
And Jacksonville Regionals, Matt Miller, who made top 8 in Dallas, was there, and I played him. I think round 3, and he bricked pretty hard. 2 games in a row. It was bad for him. So
Hmm.
So you're talking
with Zeta,
And he was playing the Zeta again. He was playing.
Yeah, he was playing Zeta again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zeta again, like even like the burn deck, like it's sometimes very hard just to get the natural elements into the drop zone, let alone, like I don't know. It's a lot of monsters over spells, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also seen a lot of Zeta decks try to just play like the light and dark and kind of combo off them, going
Yeah.
for dark for damage and then use light to protect yourself, but they still cannot out-resource the new upcoming meta.
Well,
yeah.
No, they can't.
Yeah, I mean they're not getting any more support that I've seen, right?
Zeta?
Aren't they
Yeah.
getting
Zeta will get something in the new hero booster, but that's
Yeah.
not been revealed, and we don't know when we're getting it. So
everybody's
It
got
will
a
happen.
Speaking of
power creep.
boosters,
yeah.
So
That was
when
exact.
is Crossing Generations dropping?
June 16th.
June.
My birthday.
Crossing
Robots.
Dragon World and Star Dragon World.
Wait, doesn't that mean Hero Wars in like July, like they always do it then?
Maybe.
Yeah, Hero World's gonna be over the summer. The Hero War generation that should be like in July
Yeah,
right
but-
after it.
Yeah, that's what I was
It
thinking.
would probably be like the All-Star or Alternate Booster again because there's so many things. Like the Dual Dungeon comes out soon. They come out the same day actually in Japan. So like we'll probably maybe get another Alternate Booster of combined things. So and plus we have the whole Purgatory, Jackknifes,
100 Demon and Fifth
Yamageddon.
Omni.
Yeah, that stuff's still got to be released somewhere too. So
I thought those two were being put into Crossing Generations though.
I
No,
wasn't
no, they're not.
confirmed.
Oh.
Crossing
No,
Gen-
Crossing Generation was just the extra character boosters in Japan that combined and made one set here. So
Okay.
Yeah, the double decks were not confirmed for America yet.
No,
Which is
they're not even available for pre-order or anything from the distributor.
Yeah, Booster really needs to fix that. I don't have any information on any upcoming sets for ordering other than like Crossing Generations.
My only hope, if they do come to the US, that they give us the right foiling, because Yamageddon is like a lovely purple, and I really don't want a repeat of bots.
yeah, metallic orange was just a soft gold.
Okay.
It was.
Not quite buddy rare.
I actually
Yeah.
bought the Japanese
Yeah. Yes.
they also
Hold that up again, Jake. Put that up to the.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that.
My babies.
Yeah.
they did so this I only got the regular release, but in Japan they had another set that came with additional foils and alt art of a bunch of cards like Tesaro, Kakutis, the Ghetto Shield for 100 Demons, and then the Fifth Omni one came with Drago
It's
Guts.
like the character art, right?
Yeah, it has like alternate art. So the Fifth Omni one was Drago Guts, Dragon Lord Shield, and the Impact. And like the Japanese one also comes with like a storage box and sleeves and stuff. Like I'm assuming we're not going to get any of that in English. Which is why I bought it.
We don't get
Usually
nice
like
things.
Vanguard.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We don't get nice things.
No.
And when they do give it to us, they said, you know what? You don't get triple R's. You just get commons.
Yeah. Those money.
Also,
I'm not salty. But I am
The problem
salty.
with the Golden Buddy box. Like when everybody ordered this just to get like buddy sets foiled out, and then we didn't even get it. It was so much backlash.
You know what we got? We got the letter the week before saying sorry. That was our-
Yeah, but those things are still hard to find.
Yeah, but you got to play those worlds, I guess. And only a few cards. Zeta was the best thing in there because ultimately the Sun Dragon stuff, a lot of that was reprinted.
no,
and-
there was my support.
There was, but there's a Y support. Do you see a lot of that being ran currently?
Not really.
At the time we got it. At the time
Yeah,
we got
but
it was my support.
For Zeta,
It puts why we
Zeta
needed to
support
be.
is Zeta support. Like that those cards, I don't get not too many of them. I think are ran, but you also got a lot of stable reprints in there. Hyper Energy, I've seen through your
Yeah.
moves.
Yep.
About Kid Sirius. So there were some good cards in there in general with
Yeah.
alternate art. So, but I don't know. Golden Buddy.
You're right though. It did give us almost the entirety of the Zeta engine. You're not wrong.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
I think
those
that's the whole
features and
purpose
such.
of it really was because the Y again, like I've only seen so many builds per se, but none of that stuff I've ever really seen like huge
Mm.
play. It was more so the stuff that came out later. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys going through the regionals, Justin?
Yeah. No, we just gotta do Florida and then Toronto.
some
So-
scrub won that.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
who won that.
Harry's a real douche.
Harry likes memes.
Memes.
About that.
All right, so the decks we had there were 2 Dual Jaeger, 2 Fifth Omni, Sun Dragons, Skull Warriors, 100 Demons.
100. You got to specify exactly which 100 demons that was because that was
Yeah.
top.
Waste of a secret pack.
It
Yes.
was,
It
that
was
was
100 Yami. Okay.
Haikuken, or I can't even say that.
Yeah,
Andre,
yeah,
Haikuken.
yeah.
Hydra Ghetto.
I took it though.
Anybody
I
know
know
what
it's John's
John's
power
Hydra
bottom.
go?
John doesn't run the top half of
No,
that card,
just
only
the
the bottom.
Hail Hydra.
Yeah. So
I
Jason,
think-
give us your recount of the event. Tell us what happened in Florida.
I got this sweet binder
Yeah.
for winning. That
And that's it.
was
No trip. No trip to Japan.
Just a
Uh,
binder.
We can't put you on plane.
yeah. They're like, sorry, you don't meet the weight restriction. So no, I got obviously you got that. You got the trophy.
Yeah, that looks really good. One thing they do is their trophies really
Like the
well.
trophies actually, like I didn't really pay much attention to it like at the event, but afterwards I noticed it actually says Jacksonville on there. Like it doesn't just say like first place buddy fight, some random regional. It actually says like where you win it on there. So that's kind of neat because then if you win multiple events, there's a point to having another trophy because it actually defines like where you won it at. But for I honestly was taken by surprise that day because I went 4-2. I lost to Ralph Zamora
What was he playing?
He was playing Fifth Omni. I lost to him in Swiss. He was my first loss. And it was funny because our game was it went to time, and that's where life matters. And of course, Drago Guts and the guy that gives you 2 life are things. So all he has to do is sit there and shield me, and then gain life, and that was it. It didn't, and I'm playing dual Jaeger, so it's not like I'm not rushing him or I can't do any, I can't do anything to stop that. It's just it was a difficult way to lose. In it was our third match in time, and I lost because of Drago Guts life gain. I'll gain 5.
I'm gonna take care of it.
And then my other loss in Swiss came from Parker Stover, who didn't even make top 8 somehow, and he was playing Zodiac. And I thought like I had beaten Zodiac first round of the day, but I didn't get the right Jaegers to sit on, and I was it was rough. He graped my Jaeger. We'll just say it that way. But so I'm sitting there. I already had Ralph lay out his deck for me, and I feel kind of bad. It's not like I really paid attention to this, but before they sorted their decks when they knew that he went undefeated in Swiss, so he started sorting. I told him, hey, sort your deck. I'll take a picture of it for the top 8 lists. And then I had Adrian, who was a Skull Warrior player, also do the same thing. Because we're all friends, we're talking, we're having a good time. So I get them to lay out their decks. I take pictures, and then they start announcing top 8, and they're going through, and then all of a sudden it's like, and in last place, 8th place, Jason, or whatever my number was, number 64 or something like that, or
Jason something Polish.
Yeah, Jason. I'm like, yeah, don't even butcher my last name. Just I'm here, and I was like, are you kidding me? Because here I am sitting here trying to find out people's names of what they played with for top 8, and then I somehow.
Well, somehow it doesn't hurt when you lose
8.
to it does when you lose to the guy who went undefeated. So.
Yeah. I guess that was my tiebreaker. So, going through top 8, like I played Aaron Deaver in top 8. He was playing Fifth Omnis. I learned from my mistakes the first time around, like just go for face. In that matchup, I was the guy who played Fifth Omnis when I was playing it at locals. Like I played Fifth Omnis. I never had a chance to play. I don't have a locals really anymore since I moved from Chicago, and I don't get to play with Blake and John on a regular basis. So, I try to practice on area. Like these guys know from the admin chat. Like I'm just sitting there like, oh, I don't know what to play. I don't know. Like I had like 5 decks. I was like, I don't know which one, because I collect deck lists. I build the decks. I like, oh, which one am I going to play? But I never had a chance to practice with them. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make this mistake again. I'm just going to play, Ancient World. It's my world. I know what to do with that deck. No problem. I made top 8 in Chicago with that before. So I play Aaron Deaver round top 8. I don't remember if it was 2 or 3 games. It was honestly, it's such a blur. It just went so fast, even though like people probably think it took me forever because there's no time in top 8. But and after I beat him, I'm like, wow, like I think I could do this. Like I just kind of thought in my head, and I was casually joking with people on the sides, like anyone who was at the event, like Brandon Ramis and those guys, who were there. They know, like I was just kind of talking to them, making conversation with the crowd, and just like I was having a good time. It's kind of like it was almost like playing at locals. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I did not feel any pressure. I wasn't tilted or anything. And then top 4, I played the mirror match, and this is why I did not play that version of the deck. It was Monteith, Matthew. I know he was playing Joel's variant of the deck, and there's some card choices in the deck I really don't prefer. So that's why I ran I talked with Khalil and I ran Khalil's deck list. So big shout out to Khalil. Thank you so much. I asked him permission before I ran that deck that day. We talked about it, and I told him why I like the card choices, because every time I tested that deck, even against John, when John was down here briefly the week before, so I guess maybe that was my practice, right, John? And here's what when me and John were practicing the week, it was literally the weekend before?
Yeah, it was the weekend before, because you were going to fly out Thursday night to go to the Chicago. No, it was Chicago, Indianapolis. It was 2 weeks or something. It was at least later that month.
It was a week before Indianapolis, so I had a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I did go to Indianapolis where I scrubbed out, but
me too.
I played Fifth Omni in Indianapolis. Regardless, me and John had practiced, and I had practiced with Will Yeager, and it was a different build. It was Joel's build ish, and John just kept penetrating me. I mean, I know it's something he likes to do, and I welcomed it. It was right in the kitchen on my kitchen table. He was just penetrating me left and right, and there's nothing I could do to stop him. I mean,
nothing you could do. You didn't want to stop.
I didn't want to, but and when I would test with Fifth Omni with him, I was he said I was better with Fifth Omni. He's more of a control deck, which it is. I like playing control as well. And so that's why I tried to play in Indianapolis, and it didn't work out for me there. But I went back to the roots, and I found, after Khalil topped with that deck, and I was like, yeah, this is the deck. It has a lot of answers to penetration, unless you're playing against Zodiac and they get out the damn penetrating Zodiac plus the size 0, and they're swinging in for 15K. You cannot stop that penetration 15K with an extra 3. It's a 3-crit Zodiac because of that stupid Blade Joker, and that's what Parker had done to me. But so top 4, I'm going against Monteith in the mirror match, and I just get the penetration off before he does. I get and it worked. So, and I got out that game. I actually got out revolted for the only time that day. And it was a beautiful thing because it stopped his penetrate, and then I was able to charge and draw into anchor and go to town on him. So that was life-saving.
Yeah.
And then came top 2, and again against Ralph. And I told him, when we played earlier in the day, I owed him a loss, and I couldn't give it to him then. But with no time in top 8, I was able to give it to him, and unfortunately, the way I got it in our final game was he bricked, and it was kind of sad, but that's how the game works. So nothing super exciting there. I love Ralph, and I love it. He's one of my favorite opponents. We have nice banter back and forth, and like I said, it was all his friends there, and I know those guys. It was a great group, people to play with and have fun with, and we all went out for dinner afterwards, and it was a good day.
Gosh, it sounds like you had like a Yu-Gi-Oh weekend.
Yu-Gi-Oh weekend?
Yeah.
Well, I don't get that, but okay. I did not play. I did not go there on Saturday for Vanguard. I drove the 2 hours up there just for Sunday, and then drove back that night again. Didn't get home until 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah, it was late.
But it was a good weekend, and the other great part about that weekend was I was able to meet a lot of the locals from Jacksonville area who play the game, and I've actually been going. I did not go this past Saturday, but for like ever since regionals, I have been going up to Jacksonville to play with people casually for to stay in shape. Bug fight style.
You gotta get ready for that Japan.
Yeah, gotta get ready for Japan. So, anybody have any questions? I don't think so.
Or you gonna
So are you
net
in the
deck?
net deck yourself now?
I was gonna ask that.
It's like net deckception. Since it was already a net deck, and what the sad part is, because I had agreed with Khalil like on the deck list name, like he had wanted, his brother had passed away, and we had talked about putting in, his brother's name, which is Greg Grontons. I think I said that right. So his initials were GG, so that's why I named the deck Forever GG. It wasn't to be cocky or anything. I mean, it obviously had double meaning, which is why I liked it. And he said we agreed on that. Otherwise, whenever I take a deck to regionals, I do name it net.deck. But this time around, we had discussed a name, so I was not able to put my net decking finesse on the deck list because I didn't want some super long, huge, complicated mess of characters, and
references.
Wanted to honor Khalil's brother and his wishes when since I got his permission to play the deck. So.
Yeah, shout out to Khalil. John groaned you. I'm sorry, I also didn't fight for you, so there's that.
Where was that?
Toronto Regionals.
Kevin went there.
John, you're going robotic. Domo arigato.
Kevin.
Top 8 was actually all over the place as well. With Poets, Kevin, you played that. And we had Guardians, Jaeger, Wild Dragons, Bats for our first appearance of Bats for the
tournament. You did make top 8.
And then what is it? Prisms, Onis, and Sun Dragons, with Austin Summers ultimately taking it all.
The boy prince has done it again.
The king himself has returned.
Yeah,
he gets no points because it wasn't mummies.
I want to know when he's showing up to events, will he be followed by a guy named Joey Tristan K or Ty or whatever her name is? Because he's just the king of games at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
that is a super diverse top 8 there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I told Austin the day before he showed up on Saturday. We showed up on Saturday for Vanguard. I told him that a lot of Toronto's meta would have been close center, because a lot of us really did like playing close center. We had a lot of people playing Jaeger and Star Dragon World over the last few years that I've been playing. So he expected that, but he was telling me as well. He's like, Toronto itself is more rogue than anything. Because the rogue overcame the meta or something to that degree. I can't exactly remember the conversation. I'm sorry. But yeah.
How many people were in attendance for Toronto?
I believe we had about 70 people.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Apparently Toronto's not as big as other places are, but it is what it is. I mean, we got a lot of people traveling up from the US. Like half the people I met, half the people I played were American, to be honest. I only faced like two Canadian people. Yeah, 2 Canadian people.
But they were all very nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah. That's just
super.
Could have been luck. I'm not too sure.
Do they ask for forgiveness when they penetrate you?
Everybody was like, "I'm so sorry. Don't hate me." I became the guy who was like, everybody was like, "Oh my god, this guy's gonna penetrate 5 crit you," and I was like, "I'm so sorry. It's just what the deck does. Please forgive me."
You offer him lube, where John doesn't.
No.
So what else happened in Canada there though? Anything out of the ordinary? Obviously Oni was there a lot of Oni that day or
there was actually a lot of Oni and Prism Dragons.
What were your matchups?
Round 1 is Prism Dragons, round 2 is Onis, round 3 was What was round 3 again?
Stop.
Something I can't remember right now. Round 4 was Blade Beasts. Round 5 was Sun Dragons, and then final round 6 was Bats. Round was against Sun Dragons again.
In top 8.
Yeah, top 8 was Sun Dragons the second time.
Okay.
Right. So oh no, sorry. Round 3 is Prism Dragons. Round 3 is Prism Dragons. So I faced 2 Prisms over the day. Both of them were really, really easy. The first round, the guy kind of just started playing like that month, so he didn't know about link attacking.
Oh.
I sat on an 8K talking, and he had trial deck Baby Athora and what is it, like some 1K size 0, and he's like, I can't hit you, so he didn't link.
Ew.
Did you explain it after your match at least?
Yeah, I explained linking to him after the match.
Yeah.
I told him about it.
He's Canadian. He had to. It's in his blood. That was maple syrup.
Oh boy.
I'm not that sweet, okay?
Why you give John the fodder? I want to know why nobody's made the miso oni meme yet. Miso oni.
I will now.
At Toronto, there's a guy who was calling everybody playing Onis Oni-chan.
Oh.
No.
He was playing Heroines, and he was like, "Oh my god, Oni-chan, you're so good at this." And he was like, "Oh." Like I saw him and I cringed a little inside, to be honest.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Somebody actually said on the feed that it was 60 players at Toronto, so it's about the same amount as what is it? What, Florida? That's what Florida had, right?
I had my number wrong. It was because it was 69 players in Indianapolis, and it was like
I was told wrong by Bushi.
Florida.
Well, the thing, I always think the spring has less players at their events compared to the fall.
Everyone's in school.
Mine was on Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Like for Jacksonville, it was Easter Sunday, so I mean that could have prevented some people from coming out. For sure, because I mean, look at all the excuses we had for doing the stream on Sunday for Mother's Day. So I don't know. I think Easter Sunday might be more of a holiday.
I'd rather piss off God than I would rather piss off my mother, though. So there is a difference in that. All right?
Yeah, okay.
There is a huge difference in which event I'd show up to. So.
I agree wholeheartedly.
But they have this habit of doing it on holiday weekends. And unfortunately, people choose like family over Bushi Road games. Some people who don't, I don't understand those people, but yeah, younger kids who like can't really disobey their parents. I guess like they have to be there for the holiday,
and maybe that's why their demographic is 16 and up.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, and honestly, I don't even know it's that, because a lot of the people like I meet at these tournaments are in their 20s. I mean, I want to say their core player base has got to be from like 20 to 30. I don't know, maybe. I'm just super old, so what do I know?
Like 16 to 30 probably be the majority of the player base.
Yeah. You got old people like me who I'm probably the oldest person to win a Bushi Road event. That's kind of sad. That's kind of sad.
All right. But next up, we have upcoming regionals. Matt, you want to take that?
Yeah, I'll take that. So, upcoming, we have the New Jersey regional, which why they moved it, I have no idea, from New York to New Jersey. But New Jersey, I have a feeling, is going to be one of the hardest regionals to date for every New York and New Jersey player, because everyone is expecting a lot of rogue. They're expecting a lot of new meta decks. They're expecting how they can adjust their old meta decks to the new meta, and they're also trying to just figure out what to play. I know that most of my player base at Brothers Grimm, we're fine-tuning our decks. We're figuring out what we want to play. We're figuring out what works, what doesn't work. We're just trying to make sense of everything. But I must say that this is probably one of the most fair, balanced metas that we have played in, where anything has the potential to go the distance.
I mean, looking at the Toronto top 8 and all these other ones, I mean, yeah, that's a really good game state when you have that many different decks topping.
When is the New Jersey regional?
June, the weekend of the 13th, 14th.
Oh, so you guys just... Oh, no, you guys will just be getting the new booster, too, then.
Oh, no, it's the first week of June.
Okay, so you're just missing out on
the week before.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let's see.
So the meta will be now, well,
the meta is
decks there will be what it is now.
Yeah, it is what it is now, and that's why everyone's in regional mode trying to fine-tune their decks and figure out what to play.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, New York has... Oh, you go take it, Justin.
Oh, no, I was just going to say I'm excited for it. I don't know what I'm going to play yet. I got an idea of what, like, 2 or 3 decks. I don't know. I'm just trying to not screw myself again and make any major changes or anything before we actually play. But the next region that we actually have in America, because it's not North America, is going to be in Mexico this weekend. Want to give a shout out to all of the Mexican players that will be down there playing and all of the Americans that will traverse those borders to try to take.
So at least we know one thing about Mexico.
What Austin won't be doing?
No, Daniel Herrera or whatever, he'll be topping in some kind of shit again. He always tops there. So he's guaranteed money, man. If that was a horse, I'd bet on it.
I mean, how many players do they normally? I wonder how many players are at Puerto Rico.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I think Puerto Rico was in like the 40s or 50s.
I think Christian says it's probably and that's still a good number. Yeah. I wonder if Mexico gets as many players or
usually that's 30 to 42, I think.
Okay, like those are usually smaller regionals.
Yeah.
Road trip, anyone?
I mean, New York has got to be probably. New York's probably going to be one of the largest. I mean, how many people normally show up there? Like 100 people for Buddy Fight, or is it just under, just over?
I think just over 100.
Mostly between 115 and 130 around there. I remember because a lot of us came late one year and we were getting the last of the numbers, and I'm like, oh, cool, I'm 125.
Oh wow, that's a really good showing.
Yeah, they have a lot. They have a lot more for Vanguard, but Buddy Fight Buddy Fights keep increasing every year. It keeps getting there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with 8.5 million people living in New York, right? Somebody's bound to be playing these games.
Very true.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many are going from our area this time, but I know it's like at the moment it's like 11 of us from Maryland that's going up to New York. Well, no, New Jersey. And the drive isn't as far, so that's pretty good.
You gonna reclaim your throne, Justin?
No.
No. You've won that event like what, twice at least?
Twice, 2 consecutives.
It's because it's like I'm a person like I overthink everything, and now since I've won before, I overthink everything, so I'm not even thinking about my matches most of the time when I play. That's why I lose a lot now in like bigger tournaments and locals. Yeah. Because and it's like a lot of my friends, I hate to say it, they don't even help because it's like the entire tournament. They keep coming up to me like, "Oh, Justin, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it again, aren't you?" And I'm just like, "Oh, please, oh my gosh, please just leave me the fuck alone so I can play."
The pressure of your friends.
No, it's the morals.
Yeah, because it's like I already overthink everything. Like if I'm being too mean to people, if I'm being too nice, if I'm being a pushover, if I've done this, if I've done that, and I always like second guess myself. And I usually always ask like Harrison or Zach or something whenever I have like issues, but I don't know. I ain't got it in me no more. I got a store, so I'm happy.
And when is the California event, Jake?
It's July 1st and 2nd, I believe. It's the
you're the
festival.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the largest event for sure. Well,
You don't know that. We just talked about that.
we don't know
too.
that actually.
Yeah, they screwed themselves by doing the festival and the anime and the 4th of July weekend right there. So
Yeah, they put it on a really dumb weekend.
New York, I think, will take the claim of the biggest one probably. So
I would have loved to have come out there for the
Sorry, what?
festival.
Come out.
Yeah, I want to go to Frank's again so bad.
Yes. In Long Beach.
Well, I mean, if you
John
want
took coming out as the wrong way, Jason. So
to shoot a message.
Yeah.
I'll take going
Well,
to Japan. I'm fine with
You know,
that.
the hardest thing about with them doing that again is that they're killing themselves on a weekend that they should have just went, okay, we'll just do it the following weekend.
It's also dumb because they usually have a big booth and events at Anime Expo, which is the same weekend. The last 2 years, they've run tournaments at the event there. They had exclusive stuff last year. Mostly it was like Vanguard promos and the Luck and Logic demo and stuff like that. But then now this year, they have no presence at Anime Expo at all, and so they're not even going to have more new players who don't go to their event.
Yeah. I think they did that though, so they don't have to pay they'd rather pay for their own event rather than pay a booth fee.
But the thing is they make a killing at their booth. Like, there's no way they don't make the money back. Like, when I was there last year, someone bought 2 cases of Vanguard from the Bushi booth, and they charged like $90 a box at the event because the set had just come out and they were doing like an early release. So there's no way they don't make their money back from running an event, like running a booth at Anime Expo. People are crazy. They'll spend so much money
for, and it works out really well. Like, usually with a con, you have enough people coming in and out to make like all the sales that you need to make your money back, maybe more. So,
They probably made their money back on day one.
Maybe the size of the event they wanted to run this year, they couldn't run it with at Anime Expo because they couldn't get the floor space there.
Oh, well, yeah, the space is definitely limited for them in terms of like floor space. But what I mean is like they could have just done the event the following weekend and still had a presence at Anime Expo, and they would have just had more players. Like, they could have advertised at the event, like there's 100,000 people that show up there, and they always had a booth right in front of the door in the exhibit hall. So you go in, the first thing you see is a giant Bushiroad booth. It was bigger than.
You don't think they're gonna have any? You don't think they're gonna have any booth there at all? Anything?
Nope. I actually know people who work for the Anime Expo staff, and like the floor plans and stuff are set out. Like, they didn't want really anything there. Their presence there, if at all, is going to be very small.
Well, I'm only saying that because maybe they didn't want to have to, because they're flying their voice actors out for this event and other stuff, right? So maybe they were trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and having, because the voice actors are probably going to go to Anime Expo. Maybe not. If they're not going to have any presence at all, then I guess they're counting on Bushiroad, the name of Bushiroad, and the power to bring people to their free event.
Yeah,
and that might work. I mean, that might work for some people.
It's not competitive anime. That's what makes them so great. They don't have to compete with anyone else. They can just come there.
This event is also not free. It's
What's
$10. No, it's $10 per day. You have to pre-buy tickets. If you're planning to go, you should get your tickets now because the price will go up at the event according to their website.
Oh yeah, 15. I think it was.
I think something
Still,
like that.
$10 is probably a drop in the bucket compared to what it costs to get into Anime Expo, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
that was
$50 a day.
That was their big thing. I mean, Anime Expo isn't. If you buy your tickets a year ahead, you can get them for really cheap. But you have to have a plan for that. But yeah, I'm not really sure what their issue was with why they scheduled it that way. It's possible that their voice actors that are coming might also be doing concerts at Anime Expo. They're doing a big anime music festival thing this year. So it's possible there's crossover that way, and it was like a scheduling thing, and they saved money. I don't know about that part. All that hasn't been announced yet. But it's also they also have, like, they put it in Long Beach instead of in LA this year, or usually they do the regional event in California in Pomona or Pasadena. And now this year it's in Long Beach, which is a much more expensive area in terms of hotels. Like there's a lot more stuff, but
The Queen Mary.
it's a lot more expensive. But it should be easier for people to fly into and get there. So it's possible if they're expecting more out-of-state people, there'll be more access.
So that airport in Long Beach is tiny.
Yeah, but the LA airport, it's easier to get from the LA airport to it's easier to get from LAX to Long Beach than it is to get from LAX to Pasadena. Because when you fly into LAX, you basically just drive south for 20 minutes to get into Long Beach. But if you're going to Pomona or Pasadena, you have to drive all the way through LA. And so like the traffic on that weekend is going to be insane. So that might have been another consideration, that it has easier access to LAX, which will be easier for them getting their guests and whoever to wherever they're going.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how is Bushi promoting this? Because it's like I haven't even seen any information on this. I didn't even know that the voice actors were going. It's like the only thing that I ever see them promote now, and it's like during like the Buddy Fighter Vanguard episodes, they promote like the other games like Weiss, or they're promoting like DragoBorne. It's like other than that, I don't really see any information.
Yeah, the
Popping up in Facebook or in the groups. I don't know. I just see it.
They announced the tickets on their Facebook page, which if you're not following their Facebook or whatever, there's no way you would have seen it because it's not even on their website really. So the way I found out about it was I followed their Facebook page and it just popped up in my feed and I was like, oh, I need tickets.
Really?
Yeah,
I follow the Facebook page and I don't see anything on it. Like I hardly see anything from them.
Even their name though, like the name of the website is Bushiroad Grand Festival or Grand Fest. Like, to me, like there's no like they need to have their own like Twitter or whatever first, and like because there's no information on the site itself. Like
they actually announced a lot of stuff about it on their Japanese Twitter for some reason. But it's in Japanese. But they've been like announcing stuff.
I thought there was a separate event or something. Like I kept seeing like other advertisements on their Japanese site for some festival. I thought that was a festival in Japan or something.
There's basically the thing in America is basically their extension of Carafest, I think it's called, in Singapore. And so they've been announcing stuff that's going to be there. But basically the tweet in Japanese, when I translate it, it says something like, at Carafest and Buddy Festival in USA, this is happening.
Well, this on their website too. You were talking about the stage actors and saying they have like a stage schedule, so they must be doing their own concerts there. By the way,
yeah, they're definitely doing something, but they haven't really.
It's very limited information
about what that
I'm surprised they don't have a Bushiroad like employee like posting stuff in groups. Honestly, for the stuff. Not that, I mean, I guess they figure if you're on Facebook, then you're probably following them. If you're in the group, you're probably following them, I guess. But that's still bad logic because not everybody, likes all these pages and follows them all. Like,
they also haven't gotten in touch with any of the local vendors as far as like I asked them 2 weeks ago how they were handling product at the event, but they weren't sure yet because TC Generation usually does the product at the event. And they also said that there was going to be an early release of XBTO2 at Grand Festival. So they're supposed to be releasing product 2 weeks early there, but none of the shops heard about it or have any sense of like if they're getting product or it's only going to be sold through Bushiroad or what's going on there either.
Remember street dates, people.
This is different though. This is Bushiroad releasing it.
Yeah, Bushiroad is officially selling the product.
We're gonna have to talk about that. Bushiroad is officially selling the product. It looks like. To me, from what I'm seeing on this does not look like Bushiroad is hiring vendors to do any of this. This is all them.
Maybe they'll do it themselves. They won't have.
Yeah. I mean, like, why not make the direct money, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, it just depends on how they do it, but.
Well, they've done those events before. They've just done them in Japan or whatever. So I wonder again how that was handled in Japan.
Usually at the, I don't know how it is at the other regionals because I've never been to any of them, but usually at the California regionals, the Bushi has like they have their official shop, and then there's usually 2 other local vendors that sell singles and products and whatever. And the Bushi official shop sells basically stuff they sell in their online shop. So they sell like T-shirts, posters, you know, like all the like idol anime stuff that they sell. But they almost never actually sell sealed card products at all.
Well, Bushiroad, if one of your staff members is watching, if this doesn't work out, please don't get discouraged. Just do it on the East Coast, and I guarantee you we'll go. It's like
yes, we will. East Coast will go.
I'll even pay for a lot of my other players to go if they top tournaments. So it's like you'll have a ton. I know a lot of people from Maryland would definitely go. New York, that's like a drop in the bucket for them to go to something like that.
All right, everyone at Brothers Groom would take off from work or call out sick. We'd be on our way.
You know what? I was surprised that Brothers Grimm was actually the vendor down here in Jacksonville. They were one of the vendors down here in Jacksonville, which surprised me. But I mean,
we're a lot of vending. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I thought that was really cool that they had them down here.
Yeah,
they're also going to be vending the New Jersey regional.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna finish off Vanguard with the state of the meta. I know this isn't on the agenda, but I want to talk to it right now.
Vanguard.
Vanguard.
I don't know shit about Vanguard.
Fucking Barry, screw up the time.
Vanguard.
All right, my bad. Buddy fight. Sorry, Bushiroad has too many games. Buddy fight right? is closed center, right? Yeah. State of the meta is closed center. Almost everything is good. I know Cots in the World used to be like the butt of all jokes, but now they're actually good again. Like not brain dead good. Otherwise, Blake would do better with it,
right? Right? Excuse now, not to do well. So Blake, what's your new excuse? Your world's got support.
Shots fucking fired.
What's my? I don't go to. I actually work unlike Justin.
I just make my own hours. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Like I just chose not to work today.
Andreas has he been winning all the local events with?
I don't know. We haven't had any.
That's not true. We had 2 tournaments last Sunday.
I haven't been there.
Oh yeah,
work.
I'm just telling you.
Okay.
I mean, there was one weekend when Ethan got really lucky and won with his Zodiacs.
Yes.
That's a crime.
In all fairness, he didn't play me though, so.
Oh man.
No, he played me. And I couldn't
come on!
do
We all know I am Ethan's Achilles heel.
He is. This is true.
All right, continue on, Justin.
Sorry.
Blake and competitive is just funny to me.
We love you, Blake.
It's okay.
I love you.
You are all going to burn eventually.
Hey, Joe.
Could you not
to
piss
be
him
fair,
off? I'm
Blake
the only
is
person
the
who
only
sees
one of
that.
us that has a championship ring.
Whoa.
Yeah, that is true. I am the only one with the
Okay.
championship ring.
Whoa.
All you come to Canada. I'm looking forward to it.
The time that we spent together in the hotel was time I will always treasure, Blake.
Yeah.
Trying to.
So that doesn't sound right, actually. I just thought about that. That doesn't sound right.
Not right at all.
No.
John got very upset when you tried to penetrate me. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
All right. Everything is pretty much good. If you guys want to see any deck profiles or any decks, just
Go see Jason.
if you post in the group, I don't think people actually respond to that stuff. I guess you could try messaging people that you know are good with that world, or if you message me, I'll direct you to somebody I know that plays it, or pay attention to it in the group.
Hey, Justin, I need someone good with Darkness Dragon World. You know anybody?
Somebody that's good with Darkness Dragon World. Darkness Dragon World is good. Those groups go hand in hand with Bushi Logic.
Oh man, this is a roast now.
So sad.
And when he says good, he's currently good.
I just want to point out he lit the fire. All right, I'm just taking the shots.
I'm in charge of this. I can actually mute you. Haha, power.
Like,
All right.
much anyways. Man, a few words.
That's because I get in trouble if I say too many.
Yeah. All right, what next?
Blatant stuff when it's important. But next on the agenda is just the DragoBorne page promotion.
Woo!
Let's go, Mr. Ham.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna be very frank with this whole thing. I think if you've heard DragoBorne, brand new game, it's being released by Bushiroad coming this August and fall. Be added to the championship lineup. Best way I can describe this is it is a Magic Kaijudo based game, and right now in playtesting, and I've playtested now for a couple hours on several different occasions. The game has merit. I really would like them to start releasing effects because vanilla DragoBorne is very boring now. But the game overall has a lot of merit to it, which is really exciting. It's different from most of their games. When you hear dice, do not think like it's this huge luck factor. It's not that. It's very much just an enhancement to your cards. It's not meant to be a win all, roll a 17 and you auto win the game. It's not like that. It's definitely has its own uniqueness with the dice mechanics, which separates it. And Mike Elliott, who is synonymous with Magic, Hasbro, has worked with Bushiroad in the past, is the lead on this. So it's really exciting to see someone of a big name in card gaming in general. And if you don't know him, definitely go Wikipedia him and see what he's done. There's a lot of excitement around his name towards the game. And really excited to see where Bushiroad does go with this, because we discussed this before the stream. There's a lot of things that they could do to either make it work really well or they could hurt it. And I think one of the things that they'll do to hurt it is by making Vanguard still its own solo day and then throwing all their other games on one other day. And the reason I think that hurts it is not so much that you're running the events all on one time and stopping people from doing multiple games, is just they don't have the staff or the judges, the resources to invest in these games heavily, so people are getting the best experience possible. In our little group, the North America DragoBorne group, the biggest thing we're really trying to get with people and see what they want to see from it. And we're getting a lot of Kaijudo fan base into it, because again, there's a lot of Kaijudo mentality. So if you've played that game, the elements to that you break forts and barriers and things like that. So yeah, shields. So there's there's a lot of similarities to that game, but again, it stands alone on its own compared to them. So I definitely feel like the game has not so much a huge luck factor compared to say Vanguard and things like that, or Wise, but it definitely has its own play style, which is nice. It's completely different from their other. It's maybe a toned down version of Luck and Logic to a degree. So it's a great
Very
game.
much so.
Yeah, if anyone else besides me and Andreas played this, has anyone played it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, you guys can speak for yourselves. I mean, anyone watching the stream right now, again, if you haven't done it, please go to their website and just look at even the art. What I love about the art, and this is the thing that's just throwing people through the roof, is there's a lot of Magic the Gathering artists investing into this game. So I think Bushiroad has stepped it up. They're like, okay, America does not want anime 100%. They want to capitalize on that Magic market, that Yu-Gi-Oh market, just by art alone. So it's one of those things where I feel like that will sell the game just as much as it being a Bushiroad game, which their tournament structures will be at every event, and they're doing demos across the nation right now. So definitely is worth playing it. Getting a demo game, getting your hands on it is very easy to learn. And then themselves, I think they're doing it the right way. They've already announced that they're giving out, the next few sets. They're announcing they're going to be at these events. So they're doing it much more serious than I say Luck and Logic. I know there's people out there oh my God, my Luck and Logic. Well, here's what I have to say about that. Luck and Logic was, I think, an experiment, and it didn't give them the results that they wanted. It was like Frankenstein's monster. It ultimately worked, but it just wasn't exactly what they wanted. So they went strictly to go to the Japan market, and then this was already in the works. Like, this was not like, hey, we lost Luck and Logic, and then now here's DragoBorne. DragoBorne was already being worked on last fall. So the decision just happened. The timing came very close to each other, and I think that's what people's stigma is with it right now. So
this game really just needs to come out already.
We still got 3 months. We still got 3 months.
It's 3 months away, and it's going to be a painful.
What they're really good about is they are showing us art. They're just not giving us effects, and they need to really do that because there's a lot of cards. There's 3 trial decks and a booster worth of information, and like we're not seeing any of the information.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know any.
Again, they're really good at certain aspects, and not giving us the details somewhat hurts us sometimes. If they were to even slip in the occasional effect and still art, it would be one thing, and they just haven't hit that yet. I don't know why. If they're waiting,
no real cards of the day, just art.
Yeah, I mean, maybe come July in the festival, they might start then. But in my mind, again, that's still too late. That's way too late. They need to start enhancing their release information. Even the video. Again, if you guys haven't seen this, go at their website. They have the video on there. The video is beautiful. It is just you almost want to watch it as a show to begin with, and that's a weird change of pace for Bushido, which is usually like, here's the show and then the card game. Like,
this is not a show. Right? This is just a game.
They have said it's going to probably be like Magic to a degree. Like when a set comes out, they make a trailer video for the set. Probably will keep it like that. And if maybe there's the demand for it, they'll make the show. But I don't see that happening at the moment. I really think they're going to just kind of go the Magic route and release a trailer video per set.
Is that what their target audience is? I mean, are they trying to grab people from Magic with this game, or are they trying to,
I think they are with the artists and Mike Elliott, and I think the way the game plays.
Are they trying to grab Force of Will players? Because, I mean...
Can you really grab a dead game?
I mean, damn. Holy
shit. Sorry. I don't think they get sorry. Here it is. Now I'm going to get death threats again. I'm sorry. When you look at Bushi Road, they are successful in their own right. They do their tournaments really well. When you look at other card games and things like that,
a lot of this reminds me, especially with the demo decks, a lot of it reminds me of like when Vanguard was first coming out. It was very slowly rolled out with those like vanilla demo decks. People were like, what's a trigger? You had your triggers. I mean, we still haven't even found out if there's a limit on like shield blasts. That's what I still call them because I play Kaijudo. I love Kaijudo. John will tell you I try to teach him Kaijudo.
You did. I just sucked at it. There's a difference.
I
love Duel Masters.
Shield blast. I can't remember what they're called in
Port Burst is this thing.
Yeah, bursts. You want to like that? Just think of the Kool-Aid Man bursting through the wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, from playing the demo with the demo decks, and I immediately I was like Kaijudo 3.0 because it was first it was Duel Masters, then it was Kaijudo, and now it's DragoBorne. I got into the game when it was Kaijudo, and I loved it until it died. And I still have my binder of stuff. I still have all my KMC mats from playing it. I mean, I went to Seattle to play, in the championship. It was a great time. But I really hope they don't make that, like John was saying, I really hope they don't make that mistake of making it one of those games that you have to choose between Buddy Fight or DragoBorne, or you have to choose between, like Y Schwartz or Buddy Fight. I hope they realize not everybody wants to play Vanguard. Like, that's how we all got into Bushi Road, but some of us have grown out of that and make some other game for that day, or just do a totally separate event. But I think that kind of costs them a lot more money that they don't want to spend unless they're seeing that revenue come in from like a whole new audience.
If they do see that revenue, you think they're going to add like a Friday event to it? Maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I think Friday would be way too hard for anybody to take. That's a day off. People have to take a day off for that because it's not like they're going to start an event at like 6 o'clock at night. I mean, I don't think they would do that because like all big games now, like it's a Saturday, Sunday tournament, and that makes sense because people are off Saturday, Sunday usually, or they can take that off. But like the structure of doing it on a Friday, I don't think would ever work. So I don't think we'll ever see 3-day events, but maybe they'll do like a Vanguard and whatever other buddy fight like one weekend, and then maybe the following weekend they'll do the other 2 games or something like that. I don't know what we'll expect. I just hope, for the love of Bushiroad Games, that they get smart and do their tournaments like, don't try to do three tournaments. Yeah, do 2 tournaments a day.
2 things.
Yeah. However it breaks out, like a Vanguard and Wise are one day, and then Buddy Fight and Drago or opposite. Like I think it's easier in my mind to do Drago and Vanguard one day, and then do Wise and Buddy Fight.
It's going to be really hard for them to do something like that. It's going to be really hard because, like, if you look at it, Vanguard being the first day, being the Saturday, it's the busiest day they have. Toronto had 290, almost 300 players, and you're basically committing all of the people, all of your staff and volunteers towards just managing such a large tournament. Cool and all, but the thing is they have to find more people to bring on, and they'd have to manage that at the same time.
You still have to do that though on Sundays. You'd still have to have more staff.
Not as much. Sunday is not as much, from what I personally see.
From what I understand, most people don't judge on the people who judge on Vanguard a lot of times are people who play the games on Sundays. And then, so you lose your judges.
Option like that anymore. Like my friend was telling me he regrets judging this year. He's like, "Oh, I judged both days," and then he's like, "I wish I chose to play instead."
I think the whole way they're handling judges now is bad to begin with, because they're paying them like $10 an hour or something like that now, versus volunteer. So now you have to fill out tax forms, right?
Because if you're it'd be like a subcontractor thing.
You don't get a 1099 or something like that?
If you do not make so much money, you don't have to fill it out. So it would depend
either way, I think it's a losing situation for the players, because when we were judging before, you were getting like 2 boxes of product a day, which retail value on 2 boxes of product a day is like $120. Now
paid for a day.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is like now if you judge, you're getting like maybe $80. You can't even go buy those 2 boxes of product. Like you can't even buy those 2 boxes of product from a distributor for that price. Unless they're like discounted. So I'm not a fan of the direction they went with their judging. And also, like, if you play in a buddy fight event, more than half the judges don't even know like what the game is or how to play it. From my experience of regionals, like I don't know if you guys would agree with that or not, but
yep, that's how it worked. I judged last year. Most of the Vanguard judges that never even played the game, they just like were there for a paper.
Okay, so hold on. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Kevin. Mm-hmm.
We were talking about if you had both events, or like have one weekend doing this, one weekend doing that. They tried that. They tried that this year when they announced their spring circuit, and they went, first half of the year you get Vanguard, second half of the year you get the other games. Everybody had such a huge backlash about it. Bushiroad isn't giving Buddy Fight its regionals. It's such a big game. White Shores doesn't get yada yada yada. So
the issue that I said this in the pre-chat was like, of course, the one time that they listened to their players, I think is the wrong time to do that. Like, honestly, what was the issue with Team League? Why did we stop that? And you look at maybe because there's so many people showing up to the events they couldn't handle it.
I'm not talking about Team League. It's just like the spring circuit.
No, but the spring circus maybe should have just been Vanguard or the opposite games, and then you did side events in the Vanguard ones in the future. Or, if you did Vanguard in the fall, you did the side events that people could just play. Like, or maybe you don't win the trip, because that was the thing with the fall events for the side games. You didn't win a trip to Japan. You literally just got to play and win a certificate. Yeah, Springfest. But what I mean is, like, they could have done that similar. You could have done that similar this time around, and it seems like they wanted to make it bigger, competitive, get everyone out to Japan multiple times. I don't know.
It worked, but my question is, why could you not give out invites for an event like this? Like regionals, you already have first place getting the invite. I don't know why they had to change this. Invited.
What do you mean?
Even if you top 8 or whatever. Like, so I realized the difference between the last few years I've played and this year was basically
there's no continentals
only
now.
First place continentals. Why couldn't they just give like the top 4 or something an invite like they used to do?
Like, because again, that would be the logical thing, and this world doesn't run on logic.
They never. I don't even think it was continentals. Wasn't it just like top 2 or top 3?
top
Top
three
three.
at the
top three before.
top three at the Springfest got invites.
So they just did away with continentals entirely and just are sending people to Japan, which, I mean, makes me happy. But I don't know. I'm glad with the changes that they made to their tournament structure in terms of like Vanguard. You know, they have Swiss rounds now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think that's awesome. I'm glad that they brought back Swiss rounds to Buddy Fight because, you know, when I was in Chicago in October and played, you know, that's when they were doing the whole double elimination. I hate double elimination.
They just started doing double elim on our end, actually. We had Swiss for the longest times in New York.
For what?
For New York Buddy Fight, it was Albany was the first double elim I played in. Then the rest of them was Swiss, and then only just currently they brought back double elimination.
It's the other way around.
Well, they're doing Swiss in Buddy Fight again.
Yeah, they're doing Swiss for Buddy Fight. They only did double elims for Springfest.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. It just confused me. That's one thing I just say is I'm happy with the way that the tournaments are now being run. A lot more happier with that. But at the same time, I think the judging thing is still a problem in terms of not finding people who are knowledgeable. And that's why you keep getting these emails. If you ever judge with Bushiroad, they send you these emails like, hey, we need volunteers for judging. And like, well, if you enjoy, I stopped volunteering for that just because I wanted to be able to play the games, you know, that I'm spending like thousands of dollars on. You know, and that's my problem with DragoBorne is if they're, you know, depending on what their tournament structure is going to be, like I'm not going to want to choose between Buddy Fight and DragoBorne. And if they make people do that, then they're going to lose people investing. In my opinion, they're going to lose people investing in the game.
I think you naturally would kill DragoBorne because no one's going to give up Buddy Fight.
I've already invested thousands of dollars in a Buddy Fight, so why am I going to now start? And I will start investing hundreds of dollars into DragoBorne when it gets released because it's a new game. I want to play it. But if they're at some point going to make me choose between the two, like I'm going to have to make that choice, and then they're going to kill the game again. So I really hope for their sake that they make people start choosing between Vanguard and something else like one of their smaller games, because they have people like me who just don't really play Vanguard as much as I used to. I don't really play it at all. I would prefer to play one of the other games on that day.
I think honestly with the tournament structure, and again anyone can chime in here from their friends, I think a lot of people play Vanguard because they're there for the weekend and then they're there for the Sunday games. You know what I mean? They're there to play Buddy Fight or Wise. So I don't think, again, if you were to say, hey, we're doing Wise and Vanguard on Saturday, I don't think you're going to hurt Vanguard at all. I think you're just going to lose maybe 40, 50 people on top of your already hundreds of people.
Yep.
I don't think that cares that they're still effectively getting to play their games. So
yeah, I think DragoBorne will definitely do better if they have to host it during another games day. It needs to be during Vanguard, because personally I quit Vanguard, so I only play in tournaments here whenever the tournament is uneven. Otherwise, I don't even like waste my time with Vanguard or Quick Guard.
I'm trying not to say anything bad about Vanguard. I'm done with the game too.
Yeah, so if they do it during Buddy Fights Day, it's just going to kill the game, because if they announce that they're going to start doing tournaments, I won't open any more product for myself. I just stop playing DragoBorne if they're going to do tournaments during like the same day as Buddy Fight, because I'm always going to play Buddy Fight over everything else. Yeah. Because what other game can you equip an item or like a fist and go punch your opponent in the face? Tell me.
Well, I've also had different people. It's the most competitive game out there right now.
Which one?
Buddy Fight being Bushiroad's most competitive game right now.
Yeah. Well,
Fairgrounds. I mean, it's the only game we're given best out of 3, and you're given like proper tools like siding, and the mechanics are fairly balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to move right along to any major upcoming events for DragoBorne besides it being released.
They're doing Gen Con in Indiana. That's the weekend of the 17th, I think it is, in August. They're doing, of course, their own festival in July. And then the actual release date of their product is July 4th for the trial decks and July 18th for the booster. And then they're literally saying that this game will be added on. What did I say? August. Yes. They're literally adding this game on to all of their fall championship series.
All right, so we'll see soon enough, like where they're gonna put it in the schedule.
Yeah, I think and hope to God that after.
Or is it up there already? Just curious.
No, it's not up there yet. Yeah,
Okay.
we've been looking, but yeah, well, that's where we're at with that right now. So, and again, we'll the North DragoBorne group, we're gonna be doing stuff soon. A lot of fun stuff with that. So hopefully we'll know more information as it comes out. But again, it's still up in the air. This game is still very new to a lot of people. Even the shops, they're figuring it out. Like, they're hearing a lot of feedback. So it's definitely one of those things where you got to keep your eyes out, guys, because I think it's one of those games where you could do really well with it if Bushiroad handles it very well. So
I wonder if all the games that Bushiroad comes out with, like Luck, I just wonder if like Luck and Logic and down here in Florida, like Vanguard is still the biggest thing.
Mhm.
Like there's no shops that sell Buddy Fight. There's no shops that sell, I saw Luck and Logic on the shelf, but obviously that's going to be going away. Like, I don't even really see that much Weiss. I think there might be a few shops that carry it. I don't know if there's any tournaments or anything like that. If anyone knows, please PM me. But I think I wonder if like Luck and Logic is burning the bridge for some of these shops, like to carry more Bushiroad products, because like some of these shops just don't carry the stuff. And, they're like, no, the only people who only play Vanguard, or like I have a shop in town here where I live. They don't even they don't carry any Bushiroad product. They don't even carry any Yu-Gi-Oh. I think they're like, yeah, our Yu-Gi-Oh dies, so we just have Pokemon and Magic, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like I wonder how hard it's going to be for them to get this stuff into shops. Or maybe they'll get into more shops because it is more Magic. Like I don't know. It could be a gateway that way. It'll be interesting to see.
I went to a local card shop by my college that is, like you said, it's normally Pokemon and Magic, and a little bit of that new Star Wars game that came out. But I showed them a little bit of the DragoBorne art, and the store owners really liked it, and he specifically liked how it had more robotic stuff. Like there's a samurai, there's a twin-headed dragon Hydra thing now that looks really sick, and he really liked the succubus artwork. And I explained to him some of the dice stuff and how some of the spells that you can cast rely on whether you rolled lower than 3 or higher than 3. And he was interested in it as well. I haven't added him to the group just yet, but
he might about TPK?
TPK Gaming, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah, Nick's a good guy. And I know like that shop was one of the first ones to adopt like Force of Will like early on. Like,
oh yeah, they had a very big scene. And some of the guys there that used to play Force of Will looked at DragoBorne and thought it was really neat too.
Well, yeah, maybe this is a smart move for them to get back into stores where they initially got, their waifu butts kicked out of. I guess. Although honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing the diversity in the art like that too.
Oh yeah.
If they ever decide to go that direction.
But just like John said, we need like some effects, like some substance to like what these cards do.
Yeah.
It's vanilla. It's VanillaBorne right now. It's very plain.
VanillaBorne.
So, yeah.
I want chocolate and strawberry.
Not yet.
Don't need a politics.
You'll get nothing and like it. All right, let's move along. I feel like we're dragging on here. So hour and a half in. No. Let's get to their final few things so our few remaining watchers can.
What is it? Underground's Summer Brawl? I don't know.
They just announced it today, so anyone who's not familiar with Underground, they're based out of Chicago. They're doing a really big event, kind of like a before the fall season kind of thing starts, which is cool. Let me just go over what they have going on here. So based on the number of participations, they're giving away different prices and things. It's $25 entry, but they're going to be doing the new Chaos Control. If they get 16 people, first place gets a box of Chaos Control, a special trophy, a playmat, and $50 cash. Cash is pretty good. Cash is always welcome. Second gets 20 packs and a playmat. Third gets 10 packs and a playmat. And then top 4 to 8 get a custom mat and play packs. So pretty good. Then if they get more than 16, like say 24, which they call them brawlers. I don't understand that. Oh, brawl. Got it. Okay. And then they get so first place, if they get 24, gets $100 cash. Second place gets $50 cash. Third gets $25 cash. So this is cash. This is great. And 24 in Chicagoland should be no problem. And then 32, you get $150 cash if you come in first. Second gets $100 cash. Third gets a $50 cash prize.
What's
So
the entry?
$25 at the door. If you pay online, you get $20. Yeah. Yeah. So pretty good. And that's, again, the Underground. They're one of the biggest areas. They also have a lot of gaming supplies for Buddy Fight, which I love. Like I always get sleeves and stuff there. So they're really good on going there and visiting, getting stuff like that.
So Jason, I'm gonna need a deck, a net deck from you, please. I want the chaos stuff, like now.
You gotta wait for someone to win with it. That's how only gets it.
Yeah, how do you really get that? You only just pull a chaos list out of my ass?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then
what was the date for the Underground event?
that was July 15th.
July 15th.
Saturday. It starts at 10, I believe. 1 second here. Doors open at 10 a.m. Tournament starts at 11:30, so they'll do registration at that time. So.
Oh yeah. That'll be
We'll
hard.
find out. We'll find out if that cash draws in more people than like Sakura Fest store credit.
Well, remember when I did that poll in the group? Cash was the leading thing for people.
Because
So
with that, like, because I know the amount of store credit at Sakura Fest was way higher.
yeah, well, it was 100 for second is what I got, and
First, like, what did you get for first? Like 200?
yeah.
Yeah.
And there were only 20 people. It wasn't even dependent on like the people, so the payout there was much better in terms of like store credit. But yeah, we'll see if cash speaks. Volumes.
I don't know. I don't know if I can swing that event. If I do, I could fly. That'll be hard because Chicago is further away than Ohio, and then we got in a car accident the last time we went. So yeah, I'm again. I don't know.
Fly there.
Yeah,
we'll pick you up.
Okay.
Yeah, we will.
Fly. Normally,
The thing is, if you're coming with like 4 to 5 people, it's cheaper to drive than it is to fly. But if it's just you, fly.
I really don't want to drive that far again.
Long drive.
I know the feeling.
Matthew, you came out here from New Jersey, New York, right?
A bunch of us came out here from New York.
Yeah.
Chicago for the last regional.
Oh, you got that New York accent.
Was that for?
It was the fall one. He took what place? Third?
Third place.
Yeah, third place in Chicago last October. So it was worth the trip then.
I know when I was talking to guys from Grimm in Jacksonville. He told me that Mir's like cousin or something moved down to Tampa.
Yeah. Chris
Yeah.
Neves, he moved down.
Yeah, and I tried asking people in Tampa if they had a buddy fight like scene or whatnot. They said people play it, but they don't really have tournaments and stuff. So that just seems to be the story around here. Because I mean, honestly, Tampa is just as far as Jacksonville is to me, and I wouldn't mind driving. Like I said, I've been driving like 2 hours every Saturday one way to go to Jacksonville to play, buddy fight. So
Yeah, I hear you.
anywhere I can get the fix, I guess. Since the area is probably never going to get updated again.
There's unofficial updates. It's just hard. Yeah. All right, let's move along.
All right. The shop champion tournament that I'm doing this Saturday. $15 pay-in. I've been talking to John Muir about it. A lot of guys from New York and New Jersey are supposed to be coming down. A few from Philly. Some guys from Virginia are also coming up. So if you can make it, you should come out to Superstar Card Gaming in Maryland on Saturday, because this is our last major tournament before regionals in a few weeks. So if you need experience, competitive experience, this would be the best time, because there's going to be a lot of really good people here. I'm not sure if Zach's going to be here, because he's promoting the tournament for another store on the same day for Vanguard. So he might be like the only like big player not here on Saturday. So if you're in the area, top 4, like I only like doing stuff for top 4 because then once you get the top 8, it makes you work harder to kind of get over. So top 4 will get these new mats. It says top 4. It was made by Mr. Mansour. All right, so hit them up. Last second designs if you want mats made. Prize payout. There will be packs for top 8. Depending on turnout, will determine if everybody that enters also gets packs. Because I like to do stuff for everybody when they show up for stuff, and I'll always like every time I have a major tournament here, I always do like giveaways. So if you just come, you have a great chance to win stuff.
When I showed up, there was no giveaways.
Oh, it wasn't important.
Yeah.
And you can't go what the
They were
regular box.
waiting for you to give stuff away, John. What are
They
you talking
always
about?
are. I gave away a lot that weekend, actually.
And we had
Mr. Mendhap, can you tell me to play Neonectar? Here you go. Just take it and leave, kid. I don't need to. So
yeah, I have a lot of stuff like.
If you didn't do it on Saturday, I would be out there. I honestly would. Like it would have been easy to get out there this weekend, but Saturday is the bitch day. So.
What's Saturday?
You did it on a Saturday.
Yeah, it is a Saturday.
I know. I said if you didn't do it on a Saturday, I would have been out there.
What's the difference?
Sundays are easier for me.
Okay, so do it on a Sunday just so you can make it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yes, completely revolve your tournaments around Jonathan.
And make them.
Bring the hype.
I'll also be doing what is it? The gym leader thing. I have, and Derek Gray messaged me on Facebook not too long ago and said he'll also be down here from Philadelphia doing gym challenges. So the entire weekend you have a chance to win a badge. I think we worked out the prizes, how we were going to do it for prizes for gym challengers. Based on the number of badges, whoever has, I'm going to say at the moment, because we don't have a lot of consistent gym leaders, I'll say 6 badges by the end of the summer. I'm going to ask everybody to post it on the group, post a picture of you holding your badges, and then I'm probably going to send those players packs. So good luck with that. Because beating some of the gym leaders is challenging, but we do have a lot of Brocks and Misty, so it's not impossible.
I'm sorry, I'm not good at this game at all.
Brock was a dick if you didn't pick the right starter. I mean, come on.
No, I still killed him with that.
I love when they give Pikachu the fucking ability to go up against that shit.
Yeah. It's like Geodude only had tackle. It's like that.
The original plot armor.
Yeah. You hit the water fountain pen or whatever it was at the top.
It died.
All right.
Last but not least.
Yeah, notable mentions. Buddy Fight Buzz. It is found on Bushiroad's official website. It is like their marketing thing for Buddy Fight, and it's all about Buddy Fight. That's why I like it. And sometimes they have funny comic strips about stuff such as Brickin'. They did a really funny one with Daikaido about not drawing the card that he needed and ultimately losing because of it.
My favorite one is when they forget about Count Don.
Oh yeah, a lot of people forget that. That's pretty good. But check out Buddy Fight Buzz. Hopefully, if people share it enough, share it on your Facebook page because it is on Facebook. Then more people may get into the game, and we may change from a niche game into like a main game like Card Fight or Magic the Gathering. Ideally, that would be awesome because right now in the Buddy Fight community, it's like high school where it's like everybody knows everybody, and It's always like the same people stepping to the front talking, and gets pretty dry seeing just the same people posting things on channels and stuff.
You know,
So,
you're very right. It's like high school because a lot of people want to copy other people's homework.
Shut up.
Oh, I feel like that shot's fired.
Can I copy your homework? Yeah,
I
just
know.
change it up a little bit.
I get it. That's fine. I'm not going to
But
say
the
I
judges
do.
will never notice. Only the players.
Oh,
But yeah, start taking initiative and
I
try
think I
to.
cite my work pretty well. Just saying. Just saying.
It wasn't an APA format. It had to be MLA.
God damn it.
You know, this would be a perfect time for Google Effects, but Justin turned them off like an asshat.
Yeah.
I also wanted to shout out what is it, Brian Waldron, for doing the online auctions. Those have been interesting or funny.
right,
He
yeah.
actually trivia with that. It's a great idea, and I think
Does he do the timestamp?
Yes.
I literally said he could do these as long as he puts up a timestamp, even though he's live.
He does do
I
them. I've
still want
seen
the timestamp. Good. I haven't been able to watch him, so.
Yeah,
I didn't see the timestamp, but I mean, honestly, like, he seems to be pretty organized in doing it, and they're just at, like, bad times, like, when I'm trying to watch TV. So I'm, like, sitting there on my phone, like, trying to watch this thing, and I'm just, like, not sure when something's going to come up, and I'm just like,
Same. There
I
was
see
some,
Blake in there. I see a lot of people in there bidding on stuff, and that's great. I think he's got to be cashing in on it. I don't know what like the payment rules are. If like you just got to pay him as soon as you win it, or you just gonna.
Nah, he makes
tell
you
you at
wait
the
until
end.
he's done doing all of them. It says it in his message he sends you.
Yeah.
So I bought stuff from him on all 3 times that he did it. So basically what he does is he had someone helping him, and so he run the auction, do like the bidding, whatever, and whoever won, his assistant person, friend, whoever was helping him would write down your name and what the amount you bid was and who won. And then like the following day, he'll shoot you a message on Facebook and say, here's everything you want at these prices. Here's my PayPal. Shoot me a PayPal. Then he sends a timestamp picture of everything, ships it. I got the stuff I bought from his first auction in like 2-3 days.
Wow.
Ingenious. It's
pretty
a
cool.
good idea to do stuff. So it gets your attention because it shows up in the group, like it says, oh, someone's live streaming. So definitely is a more effective way.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. If other people came up with like unique ideas like that and want to implement it in the group, as long as it doesn't break the rules, please go ahead and do it, because what we need is more content, and events. That's why I'll be doing more events, and I'm going to try to do more deck profiles and stuff, videos. I already have an idea for another video. I just need time to actually do it. I should have time Wednesday, I guess. Yeah.
I got an interesting comment on one of my videos today. Like, the person was upset that I didn't have a clickbait thumbnail.
Clickbait?
Basically. Yeah, like, so a lot of people, clickbait, like, I died and here's what happened. Like statements like that, or like the comment specifically was like, why don't you have a thumbnail with like the buddy and the flag of the world for the deck profile that this is on? And I'm like, well, it's in the title what the deck profile is. So if you search Katana World deck profile or some Katana World skulls, you're going to see.
Asking, why didn't you lie to us and make us want to watch this?
Yeah, he's like, you need clickbait title, or you need clickbait thumbnail. Like where you show this hot chick holding 2 melons and or
nice
bunny card or something, and then it's a picture of Blake. That that's like that, they were upset that I wasn't clickbaiting them, and I'm like, yeah, it's not my job.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Tell them to piss off.
It's definitely a thing. Like anytime you see any videos, like I just said, it's like those stupid advertisements. Like, we tried Blue Apron, and here's what we thought, or here's what happened next. Can you guess? Like, yeah, you fucking made your dinner and you ate it. What the else is gonna happen? You got salmonella poisoning.
Like, I might hear about that.
You roll a dice to determine what happens.
Yeah, like I blame fake news on all this shit. Like, people just want sensationalism and crap, but they're asking me for that in deck profile thumbnail videos. Like,
Was it a bot or was it like a legitimate?
no, it was a
person?
legit person. If they're
I feel like a
watching,
bot would be out of the.
No, it was definitely not a bot comment, and it was on one of my recent buddy fight videos. So I was like, okay, like
Clickbait. Got it.
Yep. Yep.
John's a masturbator.
Debater. The master debater.
Oh no, you're good at baiting.
Yeah. Hey, there's one question on here, and I don't know if we want to answer it. I know we're already into 2 hours, but this last guy, Drago King, asked about the current meta in America. And I know we touched on it long before, but anyone want to give a quick rundown of a couple of decks before we go on this for this guy?
Prisms, Jaeger, almost anything in Hero World.
Only assassins.
Only assassins.
Execution.
Dragons.
Yeah, executioners.
Everything is viable.
Yeah.
Everything but 100 demons.
Everything's viable. Don't be shy. but do your research, your net deck research.
Oh God! Cite your sources.
I can help you become board certified.
The ND is spoken.
Oh God.
All right. Well, I think that's it. Unless we have something else.
Yeah, last shout out is just Card Academy. Thanks for everything that you do. I know I personally don't buy singles there, but that's because I always open up boxes and I only buy SPs.
No, that's not why he does not buy from you, Card Academy. He wants another 400 refs in the trade doc. So he doesn't want to buy. He wants to trade. He just wants all of the ref points. Like he's collecting them like they're gonna get him one day. He's gonna cash them in. Pepsi points. Do you remember Pepsi points? They were fun for a while, but useless in the end. I feel like that's where you're at right now.
I don't even know how many refs I have.
That's like my
You're
Coke
like
for
400 something. Like it's like you and then Charmax like 260 or something like that. And then I'm like, there's just no way. There's no way anyone will ever catch up to you. Like
John, I got 5 points. You want them?
You got 5 Pepsi points? I'm in. Let's go buy that jet that they had for a while. All right. Yes, thank you, Card Academy. They definitely became the lead on singles in our community. So that is a huge, huge thing for us.
A lot of people have been restocking the XBT01. So if you're still waiting to build a meta deck, please go buy the stuff.
Get your bats.
Sell me your SPs.
Bats. God.
How many more
I'm
do
gonna
you
sell
need, Matthew?
I need all of them.
What? You had to post up the day that was released.
Everyone's keeping the SP of Thoras. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to find them eventually.
From the only packs I opened, I pulled a Thora secret pack. So I was thinking about building prisms now.
Don't be cancerous.
No, but I
Don't be cancerous.
If I pull the secret pack, I was going to play whatever I pulled.
Please build a wall.
Make the soul great again.
Build that wall, then, baby.
You're already wearing the red cap. Just build the wall.
Oh God! No.
If he turns it around and says "Make America Great Again," I'm gonna die.
No, please, no.
Where says #1 on it, I mean,
half my neighbors waiting outside for me when I get home.
I'll mail you a Trump pen sign for your yard.
Oh my God! Oh shit!
That's good. That's good.
All right, we're at the 2-hour marker, Justin. Let's end this.
Thanks
a little bit of an announcement.
Don't forget, if you want to be a gym leader, message me Facebook, Justin G, and say I want to be a gym leader. Super easy. Hope to see everybody that can make it on Saturday for Shop Champion. Underground's doing their summer brawl, so check that out on the group. If you have to make any other events for like anything that you're doing locally, please make an event for it in the Buddy Fight group, because then it's easier for people to see it and follow. All right, I want to thank the new staff. You guys are great. John, our new head admin, you're always awesome. Or should I say, Gigalicious.
Gigalicious. Oh yeah.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching, and I'm going to be closing this out now.
Don't like close it out on us. End the stream.
Like, oh.